Stop, just for a second. Stop running the inventory of your defects. Stop reciting the litany of reasons why you are a failure. Stop looking in that mirror and seeing a demolition site instead of a human being. I know the word that is burning a hole in your brain right now. I know the label you have slapped onto your own soul. The one you believe is the absolute, terrifying truth about who you are. Broken. You think you are broken. Not just cracked, not just chipped, but fundamentally, irreparably broken. Like a machine that came off the assembly line, missing half its parts. Like a structure whose foundation has turned to sand, and you are just waiting for the inevitable collapse. You walk through your day, you go to work, you feed the kids, you answer the emails, you smile at the cashier, but it's all a performance. It's drag. Inside, you feel like a shattered vase that someone hastily glued back together, and you are terrified that if anyone looks too closely, they will see the cracks. If anyone touches you with too much pressure, you will disintegrate into dust. You feel defective. You look at other people, your friends on social media, the other parents at the school drop-off, the people in the pews on Sunday, and they seem so whole. They seem functional. They seem to possess the instruction manual for life that you somehow lost. And because you feel broken in a world that demands perfection, you hide. You become a master of camouflage. You hide behind competence. You hide behind being the busy one. You hide behind humor, using sarcasm as a shield to keep everyone at a safe distance. You're living a double life. There is the you that the world sees, the one who is holding it together, maybe barely, but holding it. And then there is the you that exists in the 3 a.m. darkness. The you that curls up on the bathroom floor with the shower running so nobody hears the sobs that rip through your chest. The you that sits in the car in the driveway for 20 minutes before going inside, just staring at the steering wheel, trying to muster the energy to put the mask back on. You are convinced that this secret pain is proof of your brokenness. You think, if I were stronger, I wouldn't feel this way. If I had more faith, I wouldn't be panic-stricken. If I were a better person, I wouldn't be so angry, so tired, so empty. You are gaslighting yourself. You are taking the unbearable weight of the world and turning it into a character flaw. But listen to me. Listen to the truth that wants to cut through the noise in your head. You are not broken. You are overwhelmed. There's a massive, life-altering difference. Broken is a diagnosis of your identity. Overwhelmed is a diagnosis of your circumstances. You're a functional human being who is operating under an impossible load. You're a nervous system that has been redlining for years without a break. You are carrying the trauma of your past, the pressure of your present, and the terrifying uncertainty of the future all at once. In a culture that tells you weakness is a sin. You live in America, the land of the hustle, where exhaustion is worn as a badge of honor. You are told that you can have it all, but nobody tells you that trying to have it all will cost you your sanity. You are bombarded by a 24-hour news cycle of catastrophe. You are navigating an economy that feels like a rigged game. You're trying to raise children in a world that feels unsafe, or trying to maintain relationships when you have zero emotional bandwidth left. Of course you're tired. Of course you're anxious. Of course you feel like you're losing your mind. You're not crazy. You're having a perfectly normal human reaction to an abnormal amount of stress. Your symptoms, the anxiety, the numbness, the irritability, the urge to isolate, they aren't cracks in your soul. They are warning lights on your dashboard. They're your body and spirit screaming, "Too much. This is too much." But because you think you're broken, you don't listen to the warning. You try to smash the warning lights. You numb them with scrolling or wine or work or perfectionism. You try to outrun your own humanity. And this is where the tragedy lies. You think you're alone in this. You think your overwhelm is a shameful secret that separates you from God and from love. You think that the holy people, the saints, the Mother of God, are somewhere high above this messy, sweaty, panic-stricken reality. You think Mary is looking down at you with disappointment, wondering why you can't just trust more. You couldn't be more wrong. There's someone who has been with you in every single one of those bathroom floor moments. There is someone who sits in the passenger seat while you grip the steering wheel and try not to scream. Mary, she feels every tear you hide. Let's strip away the plaster statue image of Mary. Let's forget the serene paintings for a moment. Let's talk about the woman, the mother. Do you think she doesn't understand overwhelm? Her entire life was an exercise in being overwhelmed by circumstances beyond her control. Think about the Annunciation. A teenage girl told she is carrying the Son of God. You think that was just a calm, peaceful afternoon? It was terrifying. It was world-shattering. It was the ultimate overwhelm. Her entire future, her reputation, her marriage to Joseph. Everything was thrown into chaos in an instant. She knows what it feels like when life drops a bomb on your plans. Think about Bethlehem, 9 months pregnant, forced to travel by an occupying government, no place to sleep, going into labor in a stable. That is overwhelm. That is physical pain mixed with anxiety, mixed with the crushing pressure of, I have to protect this baby. She knows the panic of not having enough resources. She knows the feeling of being exposed to the elements, vulnerable and afraid. Think about Egypt, waking up in the middle of the night, being told that the government wants to kill your child, having to flee into a foreign desert with nothing. She was a refugee. She knows the terror of being hunted. She knows the exhaustion of survival mode. She knows what it's like to look at your child and feel that agonizing, desperate love that would do anything to keep them safe, even when you feel powerless. And think of the cross, the ultimate overwhelm. Watching her son be tortured and killed. The sensory overload of the violence, the mockery, the grief. Her nervous system was shattered that day. Her heart was literally pierced. She knows what it is to stand in the middle of a nightmare that you cannot wake up from. So when you look at Mary, don't see a distant queen. See a fellow survivor. See a mother who knows the exact texture of fear. See a woman who has felt the crushing weight of the world on her shoulders. She feels every tear you hide because she has cried them herself. She doesn't just see your pain, she resonates with it. When your chest tightens with a panic attack, her heart aches. When you feel that heavy, dark cloud of depression settle over you, she feels the chill. When you are so numb you can't even cry, she sits with you in the silence, holding the space that you can't hold for yourself. She is not scandalized by your mess. She is not put off by your anxiety. She is not judging your lack of performance. The world judges you for not being perfect. Mary loves you because you are human. You have been trying to hide your overwhelm from her because you think it makes you unlovable. You think you need to clean yourself up before you approach the altar. You think you need to stop crying before you can pray. But your tears are the prayer. Your exhaustion is the offering. Your broken feeling is the invitation. She is the mother of sorrows. That is her title. It means she is the expert on pain. She is the container that can hold the grief that is too big for you. You've been trying to be the container, trying to hold it all in so you don't spill over onto anyone else. And you're cracking under the pressure. Mary is saying, let it spill. Spill it onto me. I can take it. I have endured the cross. I can endure your panic attack. I have held the dead body of God. I can hold your broken dreams. You need to stop fighting your own reality. You are overwhelmed. Admit it. Say it out loud to yourself in that mirror. I'm overwhelmed. This is too much for one person. That admission is not defeat. It is the beginning of sanity. It is the moment you stop gaslighting yourself and start telling the truth. And the truth is, you need help. Not the read a self-help book kind of help. You need supernatural, maternal, unconditional holding. You need to be allowed to be small. You need to be allowed to be weak. You've been trying to be Atlas, holding up the sky. Mary wants you to be a child, resting in her arms. The tears you hide are the most precious things you have. They are the distillation of your suffering. They are the proof of how hard you have been trying. You think they are shameful evidence of your failure. Mary sees them as diamonds born from pressure. She gathers every single one of those hidden tears. Not one falls to the ground unnoticed. She collects them. They matter to her because you matter to her. Your pain is not irrelevant. Your struggle is not unseen. So, the next time you are in that bathroom with the water running, feeling like you're going to shatter into a million pieces, I want you to try something different. Instead of tensing up, instead of swallowing the sob, instead of berating yourself for being weak, look in the mirror. Look past the tired eyes. Look past the fear and visualize her standing right behind you. Not judging, just being. Her hands are on your shoulders. She feels the tension. She feels the shaking. And hear her whisper to you in a voice that sounds like ultimate safety. I know it hurts. I know you are tired. I know you feel broken. But you're not broken, my beloved child. You're just carrying too much. You can put down now. You can cry now. I am here. I am not leaving. We will sit on this floor together until you can breathe again. You don't have to be fixed today. You don't have to have a plan today. You just have to let yourself be held. You are wholeness fighting through layers of trauma. You are a beloved creation struggling under the weight of a fallen world. You are overwhelmed, but you are never, ever alone in the overwhelm. She is there. She feels it all, and she loves you through every second of it.